This is kind of like making a space where people who kind of have some inkling that the world is insane and who really care about the world can meet each other and be like, hey, I care about the world too. Cool, wow, I just thought it was just me. Just acting on this vision of a more beautiful future that they had, that we didn't have to live in an insane world, we could make a better world. The university needs a food co-op, and the university needs a garden. We need a community garden. And I was like, we need to compost. Some people love the garden, some people love the ethical food, but I like the possibility of what kind of new systems we could create socially.
When you are a part of a community, you do have to let go of an independence a bit in order for people to take care of you so you can take care of them.
Everybody here in the Source community have spent our whole lives buying in a system and buying things that we don't believe in and doing things that we don't believe in. And it's a real schism. I'm really uncomfortable with living in this way where you buy things from the supermarket and everything you buy is contributing to environmental destruction and everything you buy is contributing to social inequality. And imagine living in a world where everything you bought, every shopping decision you made, you knew in your heart was contributing to positive environmental outcomes and social equity.
Every semester we have a new influx of new students who volunteer here, and it really gives them a sense of groundedness and a sense of ownership over the place.
My PhD was on sharing, so resource sharing. Everybody, no matter what their background, no matter whether they were on the left or the right or wherever they'd come from, they really desperately wanted to share, but they were all too scared to actually ask. Where I ended up was this story of these really strong social norms that we have in Australia that say we need to be independent and we need to be self-sufficient, and to ask for help or to be obliged or to be interconnected is a bad thing. And you can see that through history, through white Australian history, that you have this long story of we should be lifters, not leaners. And I think the challenge is that that leaning is really important, and that being interconnected and relying on each other is actually what makes life really good.
Lecturers can actually come in and just have a chat, and it doesn't have to be incredibly academic, and they can share their personal lives a bit more and break down those barriers of hierarchy that are imposed in the university system.
There's a lot of hard work behind the scenes at Source, and there always has been. Because we want to have consensus decision making, because we're a cooperative. We're a group of people really passionate and dedicated to social justice and to ethical food and to community. None of us knows how to run a small business. We're just winging it.
We were just kind of in this constant roller coaster of like, oh my God, what are we doing? We've got no idea if we're going broke. And even if we were, we wouldn't know what to do. Why are we here? We don't know anything. But as time went on, we kind of came to grips with the money side of things, but also just accepting uncertainty.
I used to get pretty frustrated with all the like, oh, we should do this, or you should do this, you should do this, like, well, someone actually has to make it happen.
Can be sometimes really frustrating when you have different kind of characters clashing or not being, I mean, people do things differently for whatever reason, and you have to somehow live with it.
It's better in the end when you have consensus decision making, more ideas from more people.
None of us agree on the how we do this, but we all sort of have an agreement on what we're doing, and we're very clear about that. And so the discussion comes from within that framework. Any conversation works like that for me. It's a relief to be in this environment and just be able to talk in that way.
It only took me like a year in my first job to kind of be like, oh, actually, I need more than just a job. I need to be, or I want to be involved in the world. I want to be affecting it. I want to be dealing with all these problems that I'm starting to see.
It just sits well with my principles about what we need to do in this world if we want to live well, I think. And by living well, I don't mean monetary wealth or stuff like that. I actually mean community, really having that connection to other people, I think is something that's extremely important for humanity.